أنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Tonight's hadith is from the collection of Imam al-Tirmidhi. It is an authentic chain of narration narrated to us by Jabir ibn Abdullah radiallahu anhu. And this, inshallah, is a start of a new series since we completed Ramadan. Before Ramadan, we had finished the series, and this is looking at actions, what we call low-hanging fruit opportunities to gain Allah's pleasure and enter Jannah. So we call them Jannah hacks, if you will. And these are meant to be very simple acts that we adopt that are part of our day-to-day, inshallah, because they're very easy to do, and they accumulate over time as we make them a part of our day-to-day activities, inshallah ta'ala. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, كل معروف صدقة وإن من المعروف أن تلقى أخاك بوجه طلق وأن تفرغ من دولك في إناء أخيك. So the Prophet ﷺ says, every act of good deed is an act of charity. And it is indeed of those charitable good deeds that if you meet your brother, you meet them with a smiling face. And that you pour from your bucket what's left over into the vessel of your brother. So what does this mean? And these are very simple but very important. And we all have heard that smiling is a charity, right? But to put it into more kind of context and relevance, inshallah, that the Islam opens the aperture or the door to this concept of sadaqah, right? Sadaqah is not only accessible to those who have wealth, who can afford to give, who have a lot of money that they can give, right? This has been opened up, this has been redefined for us so that everybody can participate. And it is indeed such simple acts, like smiling in your brother or sister's face, that is an act of charity. And so when you look at this hadith shows you the importance that sadaqah is actually presence, not possession. It's not what you have, it's how you show up. That is a form of sadaqah. And so with respect to the first part, there's two ways to do it. Smiling in your brother or sister's face is the first way. We all know, and we've gone through challenging times ourselves, but there are people that everybody goes through challenges, but sometimes they are carrying an extra burden or are going through a challenge or a hardship. And so smiling in their face, and these hardships can range obviously in extremes. It could be just having a bad day to something more serious, like the whole world is turned against me and I have nobody. Just a simple smile can tell somebody that you're not invincible, you're not invisible, you're not forgotten, right? That you are seen, and we acknowledge that that you may be going through something. And what's unique about a smile versus words is that a smile is not intrusive. It doesn't demand the person to open up and to share something they may not be willing to share. And this is the power of something, the smile that is an act or an expression of empathy without really saying anything. And that, subhanAllah, in of itself can turn somebody's day around and can completely change their trajectory when they feel that, you know what, maybe not the whole world is cold. Maybe there are people that care with just a simple smile. And so that's the first part of the hadith. The second part talks about pouring from your bucket into your brother's vessel. And really what that is your bucket, could mean the vital, essential things of life, the basics, but it also can mean anything that you have, your time, your expertise, your knowledge, anything extra that you have, and you pour it into an empty bucket of somebody who needs it. And it could be very insignificant to you. It could be material things like money and food and helping somebody out this way, but even offering advice to somebody who's going through difficulty, or how to make a livelihood, or just teaching them a skill, or giving them some of your time, extra time. That could, to you it doesn't make a difference, but to them it means the world. And that could be a life-saving activity. And so these two things that we can inshallah adopt in our day-to-day, that we offer, if we have something we can share with somebody who we think might need help, whether it's time or resources, then we support them. And the bare minimum is we meet each other with a smile as the Prophet ﷺ advised us. And these are, inshallah, some of the hacks, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, that we can start adopting. I have a second part of the Khaterah not related to the hadith. And I will be quick, inshallah ta'ala. We all know that elections are coming up, and actually advanced polling has already started. Tomorrow is the last day for that. It's from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We've all seen what's happened to our brothers and sisters across the world, particularly in Gaza, and we've felt helpless many nights. And we've seen this nightmare unfold. Now, this is the first time since this has all happened, this recent genocide that's happened, that we actually can do something physical about it. We can actually choose people who will represent us, who will change or at least support stopping this genocide. And we can't belittle these things. This is an opportunity that our voices collectively can change the trajectory of how Canada positions itself to support our brothers and sisters. Now you may say, what's Canada on the global scale? How much impact or effect will it really have? It actually has a lot, because we were one of the last countries to call for a ceasefire. Canada still supports arms dealing with the occupation, with the occupier, and that needs to stop. And there are candidates that are supporting an embargo. And certainly, support that we all have probably over the past year and a half have tried to share with our brothers and sisters and is not getting to them, because some countries are labeling the help on the ground, like UNRWA and others, organizations that they can't support. And so Canada is one of those countries. We have a chance here to influence how this shapes out for the next short period, and certainly in the long term. So I urge my brothers and sisters, take some time tomorrow. Don't wait till the 28th of election day. You don't know what's going to happen to you. La samahallah, something causes you to kind of miss it, then you've lost your voice. So go tomorrow, inshallah. You can look up muslimsvote.ca to see who the community is supporting against, the number one issue on the table is obviously the genocide, but certainly, do your, go in and see who it's your responsibility to see who you're going to vote for and make that vote. And don't delay it, inshallah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fix your niyyah so that this is for our brothers and sisters. This is the least that we can do. Barakallahu feekum. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring relief to our brothers and sisters everywhere. Jazakumullah khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.